How you doing? My name is Gerald. Most people call me Gerald. But here on YouTube, I'm just an earthling, like everybody else. But I had a few things on my mind. You see I'm answering someone's video. Uh, Today's Saturday, and I was thinking about a couple of things, especially Obama, and, religion being, just quietly and slowly, insidiously trying to be weaved into our government. It's starting to really piss me off. One of the things that really pisses me off is just having to look at this just out of the blue. Remember how it used to say, "E pluribus unum," out of the out of the many one. And then look at this. And then look at this $20 bill here. See it? There's no E pluribus unum. There's no E pluribus unum at all. You know what's on this son of a bitch? Yeah, I don't trust it. It doesn't exist. Quit trying to make us think it does. This is definitely mixing church and state. Doesn't have anything to do with an organized religion. That's not the point. The point is, we don't all want to be living in a delusional world like the rest of you. We don't want to have some superhero over our fucking heads. We like the idea that when we die, it's going to be smooth transition and comfortable and an easy thing. We're not worried about going to some hell and burning forever. Oh my gosh, from a loving God that you fucking trust, this mass murderer, this serial killer, this pedophile, people that put this here believe the earth is only about 6,000 years old. That dinosaurs were too big to get on Noah's Ark, so God let them drown and scattered the bones around to give scientists something to do. They believe a man can live in a fish for 3 days. They believe that a talking snake convinced a woman to eat an apple or some kind of fruit from a tree and become intelligent. And apparently, God doesn't want intelligent human beings, He wanted stupid slaves. So He punishes them, apparently, and throws them out of the garden and sends them out on their own into the wilderness. Where's the compassion? She didn't know. She was enticed by the talking snake that your God created and put there and knew was going to happen. There's another thing. Talk about free will. Where? This is an omnipotent being. It knows exactly what's going to happen, right? It does nothing about the evil, the pedophilia, the rapes, the murders. Nothing. Doesn't do a thing. But the ones who aren't raped or murdered, they say, "Oh, I was blessed," as if their God like hates the rest of them, that did die. The fuck, people? Get a clue. Get a grip. They got a freaking creationist museum that actually has Jesus riding uh, a triceratops or something. Has man living with dinosaurs. I mean, come on. They're actually teaching kids this. Now, these kids are never going to be able to become a doctor or an engineer or anything like that. You have to understand evolution to become a biologist or a doctor, and biology to become a doctor. You have to. You cannot be a creationist and be a successful doctor. It won't work. No, religion and God belief are not inclusive. They are mutually exclusive. Any Christian will tell you. They'll tell you evolution's a lie. Science is a lie. It's so stupid. And yet you, our government, even our president, Obama, who grew up atheist, free thinking, understanding the fallacy of religions, whose mother took him out of the madrasa because she saw that, hey, he's not learning anything except for. And being a free thinking, thoughtful, intelligent woman, she grabbed him up and took him to Hawaii, put him in real school. And now look what's become of him. If he'd have stayed in that madrasa, do you think he'd have become president or even senator? Fuck no. All he would know is what these terrorists know. No, I'm not saying he's a Muslim. Actually, I think he's an atheist. That's why he hasn't picked his church yet. He probably doesn't want to. Hopefully, him and his wife don't want to drag their children into that indoctrination, that cultish indoctrination. Because I'd have to look at him as a child abuser. If you take your kid to church and let him be threatened by these freaking priests about burning in hell if they don't believe, you're abusing your child. That's traumatic. Don't you get that? Why would you want to do that to a kid? Or take your baby boy, and just because you think some idiot named Abraham says that God told him to kill his son to prove that he loves me. What the fuck? He's omnipotent. Why would he need the guy to kill his son? And then he says, oh, but the angel stayed my hand and said, no, don't kill your son. Just go ahead and slice off a piece of his penis. That ought to do it for you. That ought to do it for me. I'll be happy with that. You guys believe that shit too. So now you're torturing your baby boys every fucking time they get born. Jeez. I don't, why do you want to pull that? Why do you want to bring that stuff into our government? You're paying a Protestant preacher at Congress to say a prayer every freaking day. That's way out of line. You're paying the guy. That's way, way out of line. And you're recognizing the Vatican as if it's some kind of a real state. The age of consent is 12 in the Vatican. They're not even supposed to have sex, yet they have an age of consent. Does that make any sense to you? The Pope goes to Africa. Thousands die of AIDS because he says contraception is a sin and that condoms will give you AIDS. And you people want us to respect this bastard and respect religion and people's belief. How can you respect that? What's wrong with you? Don't you understand this? I gotta go. Not enough time. See you later. I've said enough. I'm just an earthling. Portland, Oregon. Good night.